Well, hello. It's Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019, late at night. It's hard to believe that it's been almost a month since I posted that last video. Man, it's already been almost a month. And speaking of months, it's hard to believe this month is almost over. That last quarter, that last quarter just blows on by, doesn't it? Like dust in the wind, man. It's been doing a lot of walking, listening to motivational speeches, audiobooks, stuff like that. I did finally cross the 200-pound barrier threshold. That was pretty weird to see that number, you know what I mean? Yeah, when you've been in various stages of morbidly obesity, whatever, in your entire life, it's just weird to see. But I had a few days where I felt sorry for myself. The mindset is slowly sinking in, folks, but obviously, a lifetime of depression, apathy, feeling sorry for yourself, stuff like that isn't going to change in a few days or a few weeks. But I had a few days where I felt sorry for myself and all that crap, and didn't eat well, and had a little bit of the drinky drink, and boy, it's amazing how quickly you can regain, how do I put it this way, how good you feel when you just overcome that desire for crap, but how quickly you start to feel like crap when you think that if a few moments of pleasure, whether it's in mac and cheese or a bottle of beer, yeah, once those few moments of the serotonin high wear off, how quickly you start to feel like shit. So, that's fine. That's fine. I can get below the 200 again. It's just, yeah. Listening to a lot of motivational stuff. I think Jim Rohn has become my favorite. Les Brown, Bob Proctor, Zig Ziglar. He's pretty good, but that heavy Texas accent is kind of, and just the sound of his voice I don't find too soothing. So it's almost kind of jarring to listen to. I don't try to listen to it at night. I found that Jim Rohn has really become my favorite, and there's particularly this one talk that he did about sorry, I know it's super windy, hopefully it's not hitting the microphone. It's just very atmospheric, just parked here, this orange street lamps, the wind is blowing around the leaves that are, a lot of the trees have lost their leaves, but still trees here. It just looks very nice. It still have some of their leaves. There was one talk that he did about, and when you sit here and you say it to yourself, whatever, it all seems so obvious, right? It all seems so obvious. It was a video about, if you want things to change, you yourself have to change. And that all seems so obvious, doesn't it, folks? But maybe sometimes, I don't know. We all know things that are so obvious, right? You need to eat better. You need to this, you need to that, but yet, why don't we do it, right? Why don't you have that thing where, you finally get it, and it pierces through, and then that moment where it's like, yes, we all know a lot of things that we should do but don't do it. Isn't that the case? just something about that. I'll put a link to the video that somebody did of it, but just something about it, like doing a lot of walking and just kind of sitting down in random places, just going to the park, sitting under trees, just staring off into, picturing a new life that can be, stuff like that. It really strikes you, I mean, for way too long, for way too much of my life, I've focused on the external, not the internal. To have better, try being better, Cultivate and focus on the internal world rather than endlessly focusing on external things and wishing this or that had happened, or how you wish you had done that differently, and this and that, or living in the past, and just things that you can't control whatsoever. It was on my mind a lot, It's me, folks. The problem has always been me. It doesn't really matter about anything else. What happened, what didn't happen. All that matters is what you gonna do. What are you going to do? Finding a way to make something happen rather than looking for endless excuses, or finding different ways to complain about the same thing. Or this guy, that guy, this guy did this. It doesn't. It's this. So it doesn't. It's not about what other people doing or about what this guy or that guy did. It's about you. It's about me. It's about what are you going to do? What do you have to do? Who cares about what? I don't know. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, folks. I still periodically get compliments about God, it's going to take, not until I'm probably down to 180, I swear, is this fat face going to get smaller. It's like, even after I lost a bunch of the weight, is this still kind of not having chiseled anything. But I'll get there, folks. I'll get there. It all seemingly sounds so simple and easy now if you just stick to something, right? So I'm gonna get in good shape, man, as doing dips today. At this point, it's like, man, I gotta, whatever little aches and pains I still have, I just gotta kind of learn to live with a certain amount. Doing a bunch of dips today. I don't know. I bought this pull-up bar that kind of goes into the main door. That seems to work pretty good and is wide enough. So I'll do a review on it. But it was it's nice to have. It's kind of nice to have stuff accessible at home now. There's that one in the little gym, but I don't know. It's a little too thin. It just feels like your knuckles are digging into it and you can't get a good grip on it. I don't know. It's just nice to have access to pull-up bar at home, dip stand, stuff like that. Just gotta make it happen, man. Gotta make it happen. Just really I really like taking one exercise in a day and just doing a bunch of reps of it, over the course of an hour and a half. There's all sorts of different training styles and you should do 3 sets of 10, this of that, but I just used a resistance band just to, I didn't build up my strength. Go from 1 rep up to 10, then back down to 1, then I just did like 4 sets of max reps. It was fun, you know. I guess maybe that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Is there a best way to do anything? Who really knows? People can do a whole bunch of crap and make results. All that really matters is the consistency, doesn't it, at the end of the day? But yeah, man, I really want to get like in good shape, not just that like you're like a smaller version of your fat self, you know? I get the compliments about the haircut, and my mind still can't process, like, I don't know, it's just a lifetime of a shitty mental self-image. But it's slowly getting there, you know? All the motivational stuff. I used to listen to that kind of stuff with a lot of pessimism and sarcasm, and not so much anymore, man. It's just trying to blitz your brain with as much positivity as you can to just get all the shit, all the negativity, the self-pitying, the self-whatever out of it, you know? But I realize that it's not going to change just overnight. It's going to take time and a lot of repetition, man. Time and a lot of repetition. There's a lot to do, folks. There's a lot to do. Gotta get in good shape. Gotta just stop putting off some stuff and fix a lot of little habits, man, because the brief joy of brief little serotonin high that you get off of them is just getting more and more brief, and the shit factor of how you feel afterwards just gets worse and worse and worse, you know? It's just not worth it. Is that gotta get? I've been learning, just been learning stuff online, and then I got access to some free stuff. Like normally you'd pay for it, but for me I got access to it for free through work. Some like online learning class stuff with like coding and stuff like that I want to like really make use of the free resources out that I have access to, and like really make the most of it, you know what I mean? Get the most that you can out of it before making the decision of, you know, do I go to school? Do I do a coding camp, boot camp, whatever thing? I've been trying to talk to people, but I can't, you know, it's each person has a different answer out there. I just feel like if I put money down on something, it'll have the, I don't know what the word would be. It'll put the pressure and the expectation for me to actually go through and do it, you know? And in theory, if I could, you know, if there's like any job placement assistance, that might be helpful too. So rather than just endlessly self-studying. So that's essentially from what I have gathered, that is consistent from the people that I've talked to, is you want to, yeah, there's this one person that I talked to, like, did not have a great experience and basically said they wasted their money, but said it's all going to be determined by the teacher you get, and who knows, it's like, you know, what kind of student are they? I don't know, they're not a dumb person, so it's like, all right, well, they went to like a university or something like that, but apparently it kind of stunk. There's some more people I got to talk to. I was talking to this one person at work that I was helping with. I'm sort of funny how I ended up just like 3D modeling this prototype of a thing. It was a customer, I'm like, oh, I've got some 3D modeling skills that I've basically learned on my own and made them like this prototype of this cigar thing that they have patented and want to sell and all that. It basically looked like a container that you'd put this cigar through and it would catch all the cigarette butts and whatever. It was like, all right, I don't really get it, but whatever. I don't smoke, so yeah, kind of threw it together and 3D modeling program. This guy though, he was like a programmer though, and he was just, I was telling them like, I think JavaScript might be, yes, despite all the joking and the memes and like, oh, you know, the Sam Hyde paradigm shift with the teaching African migrants how to, you know, teaching Ukrainian migrants how to program JavaScript. I feel like that's a good choice, man. He thought it was a great idea, and he was like, don't bother with the coding camp, just learn on your own with the free shit out there. But for me, it's like, well, you can learn, it's like, how do you get from like the teaching yourself part, and then clearly you got to make stuff, which is your portfolio, so then you can start applying for like the self-study to like getting a job is like, how do you, what's going to be the way to make that, cross that barrier, but not like take forever either. That's why I keep thinking about like a school or something like that, man. I gotta get, like I said, just gotta get something going, you know? Gotta get something going, because that was the realization, folks, with all this walking and stuff like that. Like, what I'm doing isn't working. I'm past the stage of like wishing, waiting, hoping, etc. Now is the time. Like, any more waiting isn't going to change anything. Oh, maybe this will fall into my lap, or this will work out. Like, no, man. There's nobody coming to save you. There's nobody coming to help you. You at this point got to make shit happen. No, there's no more waiting. There's nothing left to wait for. You've maxed out. You've gotten what you're going to get out of it. It's not like, you know, if you were younger, you just started some great career, something like that. You know, maybe you can see how things pan out, but no, like, there's nothing left for me to do. It's making new shit happen, you know? Making new shit happen, and there's a lot to do. There's that. I gotta get a place of my own, folks, but not an apartment. I need like a place, if that's gonna be a condo or a townhome or in a house, I don't know. It's obviously gonna require, but it's all gonna start with a better job and more money. I mean, I can't live with my parents the rest of my life. I don't know how I've made it to this point. And I want to pay off their house too. I technically could do it right now with the money I've been able to save, or like through my 401k, whatever, through work. But they're very, anytime I bring it up to them, they get super pissed off. It's just like, no, don't you dare. Sure, if I like handed them a check for whatever it was, they just like tear it up and like get pissed off about it. So I'm sure, oh, damn it, I'm sure that once I'm in a better position job wise, it'll be an easier sell, because it's like, well, I'm not just like blowing all my money giving it to you guys for the house and then back to nothing. It's like, hey, you know, I got something good going now, so this is whatever. I want to do that. Said, get a place of my own, and obviously meet somebody, and then hopefully get married and start a family, folks, so that it's not just about me and my own shit, you know? The monotony that you can get to in life, so that there's an ultimate point to it where it's like taking care of somebody else, raising them, learning from your own mistakes, of like seeing what effects things have on people that you kind of learned from your life, so you can do it correctly, hopefully, for somebody else. Yeah, it's a lot of work, I know. And there's people out there who believe it's too late. It's too late, it's over, you're not going to do this, you're not that. And I truly in my heart don't believe that's the case. Maybe, I'm not naive in that I realize that some opportunities are obviously not the same. But I don't think that it's somehow all just completely over. I think that, if I have the attitude that it's over and don't try, then obviously it is over. But I think, call me a naive optimist. I don't care, man. I feel like just something in my heart tells me that it's still possible. Obviously don't fucking wait forever, but it's still possible. And that in a weird fucking way, my life is only just now beginning. Which I realize, okay, it's going to bring a lot of, the people are going to laugh and this and that. 34 years old, and you think your life is only just now starting. But that's the only way I can really describe it. It's like everything up till now has just been this weird fucking haze. This weird fucking dream, You're only now just waking up out of that. Oh, you feel like only now you're becoming this conscious person of like, what should I do? What should I work on? What do I actually want? What do I actually care about? What do I, maybe, I don't know, man. You're like, go out to the park and you see the husband and wife with their like little kids and stuff, and it's like, oh, living for more than just your own self. But gotta make yourself a person who can do that, a man that can do that, not just being sad that something didn't happen and cursing the world because something isn't just. It doesn't matter, man. None of that matters at this point. It's just becoming a person and a man that can do that. And I don't really care how old I am at this point and this and that. Like, I'm not going to give up. I really want to I think like taking dance classes would be a good way to meet people. But I gotta put most of my energy and focus into this job shit, man, because that's like the big thing that everything is. That's like everything else can grow out of. Once you're like in a new place doing something, something new, somewhere else with new people, making different kinds of money, giving you like new opportunities for stuff. Do you know what I mean? I think will probably not be a bad idea. You know what I mean? Yeah, all the dance stuff though, I know, you're gonna salsa dance, whatever. I don't know. I think that would probably be a good way to meet people. That's just me though. But it's gonna require a lot of consistency and all that. It's just, you can't focus on too much shit at once though, But yeah, I gotta get this going, folks. Gotta get it going, and gotta get something in the new year, the new decade. I don't care what. 2012 is the new decade to me, man. I don't care what it officially is. In my mind, it is the new decade. Gotta get fucking something going, man. Gotta get something going. Gotta bring a big change, or almost there, because it's worn out. It's stale, you know. Like I said, nothing's gonna happen by just more waiting, more drifting, more nothing. It's time to make shit happen, not wait for shit to happen. Man, it's kind of a gorgeous evening. I love weather like this. Nice and cool. It's pretty quiet here. Just listening to the wind. Sky is in dark blue/gray. It's like spooky trees off in the distance. The closer ones are illuminated by the street lamp. I don't know, man. I don't know ultimately how everything's gonna go, but I believe it's still possible. I believe it's still possible. If I keep up the right mindset and attitude and back it up with action, which I know has not exactly been a great description of me for a long time, but there's one thing for certain I know about myself is I'm pretty fucking stubborn, but once it finally gets through my head, then I overcome it. I don't know, man. Feels good, you know. I'm sure. I don't know. It's just have these moments where I would sit down under a tree, man, and I can just picture it, you know. Picture a better life, just you finally overcoming a bunch of your shit, meeting somebody, having like a house or something, having some little kids, and just like, oh, I don't know, man. Your life, the quest. There's this idea in Stephen Pressfield's work, The War of Art. I think do the work of like a shadow life. So your life of what you're doing, is it a shadow of what you actually want? You know, you go on all these quests and video games and level up fictional characters that don't exist. Is that because you're too scared to go on an actual quest in your real life and level yourself up? Huh? Because it's much easier to, what's the best character to create in Star Wars: The Old Republic? You know, it's can't even bring a fraction of that energy and autism to your own real life, man. And is it any different? In some ways, is life any different than a video game in a way? Even though the analogy is very overused, it's not, right? It's very similar. The same rules sort of apply about leveling shit up. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point, man. I didn't even really want to come back. But yeah, it's slowly beginning to take hold. Just had to get away. Had to, as I pump my brain with as much motivational stuff, as hokey as it was. Start getting all the negativity out, because that's where it all starts, folks, in the mind. Things are created twice. First in here, then out here. You know? Alright. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.